What if you could step back in time to a period when dancing was commonly done, an expected social skill, a way of connecting in an atmosphere of beauty and music? Would you ask, shall we dance? Today I invite you to join me at Mr. Fezziwig's ball. We'll get dressed. We'll learn why Mr. Fezziwig is more relevant today than ever, and of course, we'll dance. Costumes are admired but not required at the fair, so don't let the lack of a costume prevent you from having a fabulous time. However, putting on the clothes of another time period is a wonderful way to immerse yourself in living history. Here are elements of my costume, starting with the undergarments. Not 100% historically accurate, but this is a fair costume. I have pink tights and antique bloomers to which I have added black bows. Aside from reasons of history and warmth, I wear these because they actually do show when you dance and the skirt flies up, especially when you're performing on stage and you're higher than the audience below. So that's fun and also nicer to see than just the bare tights. I have a corset by Studio Trousseau, which makes the costume look right, gives you the correct historical shape, and it's just nice to be little in the middle. And there is my hoop skirt, all deflated. This is a side view of the deflated skirt, and then when you put it on, it becomes this full skirt like this. This one has 5 hoops, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which gives it a very bell shape, as opposed to some skirts that have only 2 or 3 hoops, which tends to make it look more like a cone. The bell shape is more historically accurate for the Dickens period. And now, gentlemen, avert your gaze from the spectacle of a lady in her underwear. So, over all of that, a blouse I found at the thrift store for less than $10, a bolero jacket and matching skirt made from silk and cotton gifted to me by a dear friend. You know you're a certain kind of nerd when your friends gift you fabric. A black velvet finishing belt, gloves, also from the thrift store, a black pillbox hat, which I bought online simply by searching for black pillbox hat, embellished with a feathered bird brooch, which I bought at the fair, and old boots, perfect for roaming the streets of London. And here is the finished look, for which I won London's most fashionable lady in a costume contest. Nowadays, there are so many sewing patterns to choose from if you'd like to make your own costume. If not, you can buy everything you'd want at the fair. Beautiful decorations for your hair, hats, both period accurate as well as whimsical. Who doesn't want to wear a pirate ship on their head? Gorgeous hand-knitted shawls, skirts in many patterns, and romantic blouses. Ball gowns in all colors for you to waltz the night away. Gentlemen can start with a simple button-down shirt, vest, and hat, or engage in sartorial glory with brocaded cravats, silk vests, top hats, and wool coats. Ah, the glory of a well-dressed man. So who was Mr. Fezziwig? He was a character from Charles Dickens' 1843 novella, A Christmas Carol, who provided contrast with Ebenezer Scrooge's bah, humbug attitude toward business and life. Fezziwig was also a capitalist, but he moderated profit maximization with kindness, generosity, and affection for his employees. Of him, Mr. Scrooge said,
"He has the power to render us happy or unhappy, to make our service light or burdensome, a pleasure or a toil. Say that his power lies in words and looks, in things so slight and insignificant that it is impossible to add and count him up. What then? The happiness he gives is quite as great as if it cost a fortune.
Oh, Mr. Fezziwig, we need your kind of businessman today more than ever. But now let's go in. In between sets of dancing, there are entertainments throughout the day, skits from A Christmas Carol, parlor games, carol singers, and, at the moment, visiting Scottish and Irish dancers. Let's take a look. Here my husband and I dance waltz, which was the very first social dance, and considered rather scandalous on its introduction in the early 19th century. It was questionable whether one could dance in the arms of the opposite sex to romantic music with moral safety. And then along came the polka, which changed a lot of people's minds about social dancing. Because, after all, the polka is such a happy, bouncy, up-tempo dance. How could anything bad happen to you? And here is the famous Sir Roger de Coverley dance, about which Dickens wrote in his book, saying, "But the great effect of the evening came after the roast and boiled, when the fiddler struck up Sir Roger de Coverley. Then old Fezziwig stood out to dance with Mrs. Fezziwig. Top couple too, with a good stiff piece of work cut out for them, 3 or 4 and 20 pair of partners, people who were not to be trifled with, people who would dance, and had no notion of walking." If you're new to dancing, many dances are called or taught, and there are character dancers who are wonderful at leading or back leading, so please join in. Well-behaved children are welcome and often love to dance with a parent or character dancer. Bear in mind that Mr. Fezziwig's dance party is just one small corner of the fair. There is so much more to do. You can get your hair done, craft your very own Christmas candles, build fairy houses which make wonderful holiday decorations. Listen to Mr. Dickens himself read from his novel. Sing along with carol singers. Shop till you drop, maybe for a magical wand. Take lots of photos in the beautiful ambiance, and maybe collapse at Cuthbert's tea shop with tea and scones. You might even be selected to participate in one of the many shows, such as this one, by a professional sword swallower. One of our favorite destinations is the Adventurers Club, where, among many other activities, you can engage in figure drawing with live models who recreate famous paintings of the pre-Raphaelite era. Here, a model recreates John William Waterhouse's Lady of Shalott. Out flew the web and floated wide, the mirror cracked from side to side. The curse is come upon me, cried the Lady of Shalott. All of these pictures I like to keep in my heart. Thank you so much for joining me on this little trip. If you have enjoyed this dance, art, and fashion adventure, please like and subscribe. I invite you to watch another video and let me know in the comments below what dance adventures you enjoy or would like to learn more about. Thank you so much for watching.